Today, we're going to bring you another podcast or at least another session here with the Mortgage Advisor show. We're going to talk about buy versus the rent comparison. And so, this is kind of one of those topics that, a lot of people don't have at the table, either with their wives or their husbands or their significant others to really discuss, the analytics and the facts. But if you've been thinking about buying a home, but you're not sure if you will benefit over the long haul, uh, then you can try our buy versus rent calculator, and it's free. You can set up a free consultation, and what we'll do is we'll schedule a meeting that would price out a home that is right for your budget, and so there's no obligations and there's no commitment. And then additionally, it also gives you an estimated monthly payments for renting or buying, but offers additional analytics. The calculators that we provide, are estimates of future home value as well as the possible tax savings. And so this is a location here in the 93726, with an estimated purchase value of 472,032. And so to the left, in the purple, you have, renting, your monthly rent. And so this is where you're going to be renting. As a renter, you're going to pay someone else's mortgage. And so you have to think about, the circumstances and the facts. No matter if you have a mortgage or you're paying rent, you're still going to pay someone else's mortgage every month, whether you own the mortgage or you're paying someone else's mortgage. But, you're going to, for a 3-bedroom house here in Fresno, we're estimated at about 2877. I mean, you can get a decent house for 2,500, but you're going to pay your renter's insurance of $43 a year. And of course, that's going to increase every year for average 6% increase year over year. And so you see your estimated cash flow here, but we're going to look at the interest rate of 5.99. But let's get into what the property is. This is where you will be owning a home, with approximately of a 1,754 square foot home at $472,032 with, annual property tax of 7,222, with a monthly homeowner's insurance. Because if you don't put down 20%, then, you're going to have insurance. And then, so your annual property tax increase is 2% versus the annual rent increase of 6%. And so your cost of sale, is going to be 6%, but that's going to be changing depending on, in the near future where, you only might have to pay 3%, where the sellers pay their realtors 3% and the buyers are going to have to pay their realtors 3%. But if you look at the cash flow difference here, this is kind of where, if you're looking at, retirement, if work a 9 to 5, go to work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, your max 403B contributions or 401k contributions is like 22,500. So, this is outperforming, the retirement, you saving and putting, 5%, 10%, whatever it is you're putting away. But remember, you're maxing out at 22.5, and then next year it goes up to 23,000. So look at your appreciation gain, $602,882 with an amortization gain of $123,123. And so we're going to offer you this interactive web page. So you're not just going to look at a PDF. You can go in here and kind of, look around and change some of the figures if you like. But look at your starting home value at 472. Your historical appreciation is 5.64% gain. And in 15 years, $1,774,914. This is how you're going to accumulate, wealth. Your original loan amount is 472. Your remaining principal is 301,705. And then you also have a tax benefit if it's a standard deduction, head of household, married, filing, and joint. And your cost of sale, in 15 years is 6%, but that's kind of what it will cost you to sell. But that will be changing depending on, how things play out. But look at your net gain of buying a house. So, in your first year, yes, you're going to kind of, not really have a lot of money to work with, not a lot of equity, because one, it's going to have to pay for closing costs, down payment assistance, your earnest money deposit. But, we can help you, with the down payment assistance. There's a lot of programs out there that you can qualify for, so we can, assist you with the down payment. You just have to, budget, for the closing costs and earnest money deposit. But by year 2 is when you start seeing your money start, appreciating. And then year 3, 3 years into the house. So this is not for people that are going to live in a house short term. maybe move to the area for a new job and travel a lot. This is not for those traveling jobs or traveling, families or traveling careers, but this is for people that are going to, stay somewhere, raise a family, at least for the 10 years. If you're going to stay somewhere for 10 years, then, you can just look at how it's going up in the ladder or at least going up in the graph, where it's going to appreciate the gain, the amortization. And so these are the things, you want to have a, conversation with at the table, as well as with a mortgage advisor. Someone, we're not here to just sell you a loan. We're here to give you, a blueprint on, if you're going to buy a house, how you can leverage that equity to where it can create, wealth for you, and where you can take advantage of that and use that as a, your own bank here. And this is going to be a conventional loan, fixed rate, 5.99% with a minimum FICO of 620, and look at your closing costs, $9,441. And if you come up, we'll help you with the down payment. And so this is just at a 15 years, what costs to sell in the area in California and Fresno. So these are the historical, the forecast. And so, this is something here, it's a very powerful tool, then, and also a financial education, as well as, owning the asset. So when you buy real estate, you own the asset. And so this is what, you're buying a house for. You're going to marry the house, but you're going to date the rate. And that's what I always tell everyone. So this is kind of what, where everything stands at. And if, you're interested and this is something that, it works for you, then feel free to give us a call, 559-337-5990, or you can go ahead and go online and schedule a free consultation here.